So we're going to start off in Tadasana, mountain pose, and just breathing in, rolling the shoulders back, relaxing the shoulders, and bringing hands into Anjali Mudra, which is prayer position, so hands at the heart center. And then inhale, hands above the head in extended mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold, hands together if you wish, all the way down, forward fold. Inhale to halfway lift, exhale to forward fold. And we're just going to remain here for a little bit, so keep inhaling and exhaling. And what we're going to do is place the hands slightly further away from the feet and gently bending each leg, so it's as if you're walking up and down. And then we're going to place the hands completely flat onto the floor and bring one foot off the ground, reaching towards that hand. So one after another, and then come back. Lift the right hand up into the ceiling and then bring it down to the back of the opposite hip. Exhale to bring that down to the center. Inhale the other hand up to the ceiling and exhale to the opposite hip. And then inhale back to the center, so still in that forward fold. And then we're going to inhale the hands, bend the knees a little bit, inhale the hands up, so you're coming into a chair position. Keep bending those knees, exhale down, hands go back up behind you, and then inhale, bring your arms forward back into chair position. Exhale, you're sort of like a Superman in this one, like Rocket Man. And then inhale back, exhale forward, you can even go onto your tippy toes if you wish. Exhale back, inhale forward again, really balancing here, balance those knees, engage the core, and exhale back to forward fold when you're ready. Then we're going to inhale, right leg goes back into a lunge position. Open up your chest, look up to Saraya. Inhale here, exhale. Plant the hands onto the mat, bring the leg back into a plank position. Tucking that belly in. And exhale, knees, chest, chin to the ground, Bhujangasana, 8-point pose. Inhale up to Cobra. And exhale into a downward facing dog. Just going to stay here for a little bit before going into a 3-legged dog. So just before we do that, inhale and exhale, and then inhale to lift the leg, keeping that toe flexed. And then if you wish, you can inhale, bring your knee to your chin, and then on an exhale, that leg goes back out to the ceiling. You can do this a few times if you wish, just to build up some strength in the core and in the arms. So inhale, exhale, and then on the next exhale, bring that top leg, the one that's floating, all the way around and plant it so you're twisting and spinning your body around into wild pose. And if you've wanted to do that, then great. If not, keep with your 3-legged dog. Come back, bring that leg all the way back into a lunge position. Let's meet in a lunge. And then we're going to make our way up to a warrior 2. So plant that back foot on the mat and come up to a warrior 2. Really remembering here that the knee is over the ankle, arms are strong, relax the shoulders, engage that core lightly. Spin that front palm up and bring it up above your head into a peaceful warrior. That back hand makes its way slowly down the back of the leg. Inhale back to center. And engage that, put the hands behind the back and bring them down behind you, opening that chest up. Inhale to lengthen here, and exhale, engage the stomach and bring the body down to the other side of the knee into humble warrior. Engage to lengthen the spine, and exhale to release down to the mat. Inhale to come up, and we're going to cartwheel the hands again to either side of that front foot. Bring that front foot back into a three-legged dog. So engage the core here, and then on an inhale, bring that leg back to the front and come into a pigeon. With the back leg extended out behind you. If you want, you can either stay with your body up right there, or if you'd like, you can release the body to the ground. Whatever feels most comfortable for you. If you've got a bolster close by or anything close by that you could use to support your body here, then by all means do that. Release the shoulders, relax the neck, relax the jaw. This helps open the hips. And then when you're ready, come up to the center, join us here. We're going to come back into a downward facing dog. You can walk it out a little bit here, twist the upper body a little bit, whatever feels most comfortable for you. And breathe. Then we're going to come into a plank position and back into 8-point pose, Bhujangasana, Ashtangasana, into Cobra, Bhujangasana, Baby Cobra if you wish, or Full Cobra, and then back into Downward Facing Dog. Then hop your way forward between your hands and fold forward. Bend those knees, arms come up, chair very quickly, back bend into extended mountain pose, and back Anjali Mudra, hands at heart center, doopa-doopa-doo, and breathe. So we're going to do the same on the other side. So come into a chair position, into a back bend if you want, down, forward fold. Chair position, hands at Anjali Mudra, and back into a rocket or Superman, whatever one you fancy. And just go back and forward on each inhale. So exhale, back, inhale back, apologies, and inhale, go to the front. If you want, you can go on your tippy toes. It is up to you, whatever feels comfortable and is easy for you. Release that again into a forward fold. And we're going to bring the left leg back this time into a high lunge position. Look up ahead of you, bring lots of space into that chest, that's what we want to say here. Come back into a plank position. Exhale to Ashtangasana, keep that bum up into the air, and exhale to a cobra, baby cobra again here if you wish. Tuck those toes, come up to a downward facing dog. Lots of space between the ears and the shoulders here. Roll the shoulders back so you've got lots of space as well in your armpits. And if you want, you can go to a three-legged dog here, and then again, if you want, entirely up to you, you can have some strengthening exercises and bring your knee up to your chin and then back out. So nice little flow there to just have a little bit of strengthening. Entirely up to you. Remembering to breathe wherever you are. And then we're going to roll that hip, stack the hips on top of each other, twist the body outwards into wild pose. Remembering to breathe if you're there. If you're still in downward facing dog and staying there, that's absolutely fine. Come back to center, everyone. Three-legged dog quickly if you desire that, and then back into a lunge. So let's everyone meet in a lunge because we're going to come up to warrior. So inhale, engage the core up into warrior two. Roll the shoulders back. Make sure your knee is stacked over your ankle and your fingers are sprayed, splayed. If you might be going to a peaceful warrior here, stumbling over our words a little bit today. And then back to center, hands behind you. You can do a mudra here if you like, and come into a peaceful warrior. Inhaling to lengthen the spine and exhaling to release to the mat. Inhale to lift. Cartwheel those hands down to either side of that front foot. Bring yourself back into downward facing dog. Then, if you'd like, to a pigeon pose. So that's where we're going now. So, if you'd like, you could either keep your body up straight like before, or you can release yourself to the mat. Remembering to keep that jaw nice and loose. This is linked to our hip muscles. So if our jaw is loose, then our hips are loose. For someone like me who's quite anxious sometimes, I really tense my jaw, and you can notice the sensations travelling through your body. If parts of your body are tense, other parts will be as well. So let's inhale back into a downward facing dog. And breathe, lots of space in the chest. If you want to walk a little bit, you can walk the dog. Just move your body around and stretch in those places that don't normally get a good stretch. That's what we're here for. Come into a plank position. You can either chaturanga or ashtangasana here. So if it's ashtangasa, it's knees, chest, chin. Or if it's chaturanga, then it's just straight down. Inhale to lift into the cobra. And then back down to the ground. And then we're going to come into a sphinx pose. So just gently bring the hands slightly in front of you. Elbows under the shoulders. Open the chest. Lots of space between your shoulders and your ears. And breathe. Inhale to engage and bring yourself back up to a downward facing dog. And gently stroll your way up to the top of the mat. Halfway lift, forward fold. Bend those knees, come up into a chair position, and then back into standing. Back bend if you desire. Hands in Anjali Mudra. Let's meet back at the center. So we're going to stay standing for a little bit here. So coming back into a normal breathing pattern for yourself. Let's just bring one hand onto our heart and one hand onto the belly. And we're just going to breathe into these sections here, into these areas of our body, focusing on the breath, focusing on where you can feel the movement of the breath, and bringing warmth through our hands onto these parts of the body. You can tuck your chin slightly and elongate the back of your neck. Just breathe here. And then come back to the center, and we're going to bring our feet onto like slightly further on either side of our mat. So as you can see here, the feet are quite far apart from each other. And then coming into goddess pose. And so it's important to make sure that your knee is again stacked over your ankle to protect them. And hands in Anjali Mudra to start with. And what we're going to do is we're going to twist. So hands on either knee. And inhale, you want to lengthen, and exhale, twist. So the shoulders ideally should be stacked on top of each other when you twist. So inhale back to center, and exhale to twist. Really enjoy the stretch in the external obliques here. Inhale to the center, and exhale to twist. Keep going at your own pace and for your own enjoyment. That's what this is all about. So inhale up and exhale to twist. And then come back to the center. We're going to bring our feet in. I've got some stuff on my feet, so I'm just going to get rid of that. And then we're going to come into a seated position. If you want to, you could do a quick forward fold there. And then coming into a seated position where your legs are extended out in front of you. This is called staff pose. So we're making sure that our belly is tucked and the back of our coccyx are nice and tucked there. And it's as if we've got a staff or a pole going straight from our, what do they call, our coccyx, our bum, up through the top of our head. And then we're going to come into the seated position, which is cow face. So we want our right leg to come underneath the left hip and the left one to go over the top, stacking the knees on top of each other, and hands, if you want to, if it's available for you, hands in eagle position, making sure that the elbows are opposite to our knees. So that means if your left knee is on top of your right knee, then your left elbow is underneath the right elbow. And breathe. Keeping that stomach slightly engaged as well, as you enjoy the energy flowing up through the crown of your head and down. Release on an exhale, hands into cactus. And exhale to release. Release one leg and then the other back into staff pose. If you want, hands when they're on the floor, you can lift your bum up slightly off the ground and then release that again, and then the legs go in the opposite direction. Arms again an eagle. If you wish, you can also have your hands in Anjali Mudra at heart center. You can have them in reverse Anjali Mudra, which is when your hands are in the prayer position but behind your back. You can have them in cactus, you can have them resting on your knee. It's entirely up to you. Find a place of comfort for yourself. Gently engage your stomach so that you're sitting up nice and tall, creating lots of length in your spine and upper back. Then exhale to release to cactus, arms. Remembering to breathe again through our nose as well. Helps to concentrate the breath. Whatever feels comfortable for you, whatever is available. And exhale to release that back into staff position. And then bring the hands about a couple of centimeters, 50 centimeters, 30 centimeters, 20 centimeters, whatever's comfortable, from behind you, and lift yourself up into upward facing dog. If you are releasing your neck, make sure that your mouth is closed to protect your chin, your throat even. Using the glutes and the stomachs to push those hips up, and exhale to release back to center. So now we're going to shuffle ourselves along and come into a supine position. And we're coming to the end of our practice now. So release yourself to the ground. Let the earth support you. Bring your right knee into your chest and hug this in. If you'd like to, you could lift your left leg off the ground. This is, again, it's a nice little bit of strengthening for you. If you want to, exhale to release your right leg and inhale your left leg, your left knee towards the chest. Inhale again and exhale, squeeze that knee towards your chest. Exhale and inhale both knees to the chest. If you want, you can roll around, release some of that tension that we created maybe in the back of them, in the lower back. Roll around, whatever feels comfortable. And now we're going to move into a thread the needle. So the left knee, the left ankle is over the right knee. And slowly, if it's available, bring that closer to your chest. If you want, you can lift the head off the mat as well, if you can. And this time then exhale to release that, and inhale to do the opposite side. So you're just trying to find a position that's comfortable for you, that you can feel the stretch in your hips, and this releases the psoas muscle, which is our emotional muscle. So let's release that back to the center, and if you want, you could move your knees in either side, move them in different directions. This is space for you, so just do whatever feels comfortable for you. And then release that down to the ground. We're going to do revolved abdomen pose. So lift the right knee off the ground, the right leg, and twist with your hips first over to the left. Arms outstretched on either side, and head goes in opposite direction to the knee. Breathe here. Enjoy the sounds that are around you. Enjoy the spaces that you've just created, and the movement and the energy that you've just created through this little stretch that we've been having. Inhale to come back to center. Squeeze the knees into the chest. Rotate them as you wish. And release back down to supine position, and then inhale the left knee to the chest, and exhale to rotate to the floor on the other side, to twist. In other words, twist. Arms out to either side, head goes in the opposite direction. Making sure that both shoulders are on the ground. You don't want to be lifting or have one off the ground or anything like that. If you've got a cushion or a bolster that you could put, or some support that you could put your knee on if it's not touching the ground, that would be really good as well. And breathe. Inhale to come back to the center, bring your knees to the chest, have a little roll around, whatever feels comfortable for you. And we're going to slowly make our way into Shavasana. So grab a blanket, grab some support, grab an eye pillow, grab some socks, whatever you want. And we're going to come into Shavasana here. So if you'd like as well, you could just lift your neck slightly off the ground, your head, and then rest it back down. Slightly tuck your chin. Feels really nice to open that space up behind our shoulders. I hope that you're all feeling snug and comfortable, letting the earth support you here. Enjoy this time. And slowly wriggle your feet a little bit, bring some movement back to your hands, your feet. So you can do this as quickly and as slowly as you want. You're going to give yourself a really big stretch. Arms above your head. Then when you're ready, you can move onto your side. Slowly bring yourself up to center, to a seated position. So thank you very much. Namaste. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Hi, thank you for joining me for that stretch. I hope you enjoyed it. I know that I did. We will have more videos coming, especially ones maybe related to yin yoga, so for something even slower. We'll also be looking into if you've got any like lower back problems or hip problems, or a lack of core strength or a lack of lower back strength, aka what I've got, then keep your eyes peeled for your videos related to that. Thank you very much. Have a lovely rest of your day. Bye bye.